No, this is for country fans, for people that like country music, and I said I do listen to some country music, but I prefer my rap and my rock. But for country fans, it says country singer Earl Thomas Conley has died. He was 77 years old. Um, in between the 1970s and 2003, he recorded 10 studio albums, including 7 for the RCA Records label. In the 1980s and 1990s, Conley also charted more than 30 singles in the Billboard Hot Country Song charts, of which 18 reached number one. Um, Conley's 18 Billboard number one country singles during the 1980s marked the most number one hits by any artist in any genre during that decade, except for Alabama and Ronnie Milsap. Um, Says he started singing around 1974 and he sang up until his death in 2019. Um, Throughout his career, Conley's music has been referred to as what they refer to as a thinking man's country. This is because the narrator looks into the heart and soul of his characters in each and every song he produces. Um, Conley was born in Portsmouth, Ohio, and when he was 14, his father lost his job with the railroad, forcing the young boy to move in with his older sister in Jamestown, Ohio. He was offered a scholarship to an art school, but rejected it in favor of joining the Army. While in the Army, Conley became a member of a Christian influenced trio where his musical talent and vocal ability first began. Conley then decided to consider performing as a serious career option. He shifted more deeply into the classic country sounds of artists such as Merle Haggard and George Jones. During this period, he first tried his hand at songwriting. In 1968, after his discharge from the Army, Conley began commuting from Dayton to Nashville in 1973. While in Nashville, Conley met some guy named Dick Hurd who produced country music singers Mel Street. Okay, I don't know who the fuck that is. This meeting eventually led to the Conley-Hurd collaboration on the song Smoky Mountain Memories, which made the top 10 for Street. After being honorably discharged from the military, he began playing in clubs in Nashville, Tennessee at night, supporting himself working blue-collar jobs during the day. In his career, feeling that he wasn't making any progress in Nashville, Conley decided to move to Huntsville, Alabama to work in a steel mill. There he met record producer Nelson Larkin, who helped him sign with the independent record label GRT in 1974. Conley released 4 singles on that label, none of them which became large hits. At that same time, he was selling songs that he had written to other artists, including Conley, Twitty, and Meltree, who were having much success with them. Conley returned to Nashville, now writing for Nelson Larkin's publishing house. In 1979, he signed a recording contract with Warner Brothers Records. 2 years later, he had his first top 40 hit, "Dreaming's All I Do." He left the label in 1979 and joined Sunbird Records, where he again worked with Nelson Larkin. This time, Conley found success with a top 10 and a number one single within the next 2 years. He continued to have success over the next few years, and in 1983, he was nominated for multiple Grammy Awards for his song "Holding Her and Loving You." He set a record the following year um, as the first artist in any genre to have 4 number one singles from the same album. "Don't Make It Easy for Me," released in 1983. In 1986, Conley was credited with breaking down country music barriers when he duetted with pop R&B singer Anita Pointer of the Grammy-winning Pointer Sisters. Their single "Too Many Times," the title track to Conley's 1986 album, reached number 2 on the country charts. By the end of the 1980s, Conley began collaborating with Randy Scruggs, son of the country singer Earl Scruggs, in the hopes that he would bring his music career back to country roots. His record sales began to drop in the 1990s as country took a more progressive turn, and Conley was dropped from his record label in 1992. He took a 7-year hiatus, going from 1991 to 1997, and due to a number of factors, including vocal problems, disenchantment with record labels, road fatigue, and a mental burnout, he began recording again in 1998. In late 2013, Conley gave a telephone interview with Podzol Pop. Conley recalls that he may be the only country artist to appear on the Soul Train television program, where he performed his duet with Anita Pointer, and goes into detail about the string of hits Randy Scruggs and he co-wrote. In 2002, Blake Shelton charted in the top 20 with "All Over Me," which Conley co-wrote with Shelton and longtime friend songwriter Michael Pyle. It was confirmed that Conley died on April 10th, which is today, at the age of 77, from complications due to dementia.